Alright guys, welcome back. This is a battle against Swankle7, who I battled in the past. And he's trying out a new OU team here, so let's go ahead and get right into it, because I have nothing further to say about this battle. In fact, why hasn't started yet? There it is! Alright, so I'm going to lead with my cute, adorable little Politoed. This is not really a rain team, but this is a Drizzle Politoed nonetheless, just for the extra power with my Hydro Pump. He leads with his Landorus Therian form, and surprise, surprise, I outspeed, which I guess this might be a bulky Landorus set. I'm not really sure. I was kind of expecting him to just U-turn away, but yeah, he ends up just dying. So not a bad start for me, and kind of a shocking way to start. I do have the timid max speed, so he must be not very EV trained in speed. Regardless, he goes now out into his Starmie. I don't want to take a Thunderbolt, which these things sometimes have. Unfortunately for me, he has the Psychic instead, which is super effective against my incoming Roserade. So, two quick knockouts here. And, yeah, that wasn't really a grand play for me, since these things, if they don't carry Thunderbolt, you know, will always carry either Ice Beam or Psychic, so yeah, it wasn't very good. It wasn't a very smart play. He's going to go ahead and go for the Scald against my Sylveon. He is a bit boosted in the... actually, boosted by 50% in the rain, so yeah, he decides to go for it despite my Sylveon's very high special defense, as I just get off a Calm Mind, which will reduce the damage of his Scalds, as well as increase the damage of my own attacks, which is pretty nifty. So he's going to continue trying to go for it. I guess he's also trying to get the Burn, which would be helpful residual damage against a bulky Pokemon like Sylveon. And unfortunately for him, though, he's not going to be able to do a whole lot now that I have two Calm Minds up. I just go for the Rest. This is a Rest-talking Sylveon, not my normal... you probably already figured it out. It's not my normal spec set. And yeah, it's a Sleep Talker, which means I only have one attacking move, and that's Hyper Voice, which is a fairy move thanks to Pixelate. But yeah, it does actually kind of suck that Sleep Talk only has a 1 in 3 chance to get an attacking move, as he goes out into the Terrakion, which is always a scary thing. And I just kind of want to see what he would do. He ends up just going for the Stone Edge, and a crit only does that much. That's because my Sylveon is a bold, max defense Sylveon. Being that I have Calm Mind for special hits, I need to invest heavily on my defenses. And as you can see, it really helped there, being able to take that crit Stone Edge. Now, he does miss this second Stone Edge, which is pretty grand for me. I'm getting nothing useful off these Sleep Talks. 2 rests in a row, in fact, as I am forced to go back to sleep, because I really don't want to take these nasty hits. Now, he's going to go ahead and set up for Swords Dance, which isn't good for me. I was kind of hoping that he would be a 4-move attacking set with Life Orb, but yeah, obviously that is not what he is, and it is going to force me to switch, because even with my physical bulk that I have in my EV spread, I'm not going to be able to take... He's going to be able to do some consistent damage now with that Swords Dance up. It's an extremely scary threat. Now, the Stone Edge is the obvious move, so I decided to go in my own Terrakion, counting on the fact that he would go for the Stone Edge. My Terrakion is Scarfed, so I know I can outspeed and just murder it, and that's what I do. I just go for the Sacred Sword, which, yeah, is super effective, and it's dead. I don't know why I have a Sacred Sword on this instead of a Swords Dance, or sorry, a Close Combat. I'm going to have to check this set, because it should have the Close Combat, not the Sacred Sword. Not really sure. Oh, well. So, yeah, he goes out into his Latias, as he just goes for the Psychic, which does not do much damage to my incoming Steelix. I just had to hope that the thing didn't carry Surf, as I try to Mega Evolve, and I'm just going to set up Stealth Rocks, because they're a good thing to set up. Now, he does go into Heracross, which is a pretty scary Pokemon, but being that Mega Steelix has, what, 200... max special defense, sorry, max regular defense, not special defense, I'm pretty sure I can live whatever he decides to go for it. He does go for the super effective close combat, and look at that damage. Mega Steelix putting in work. I'm just going to go for the Gyro Ball, hoping to kill it now that he has minus defense due to close combat, and it doesn't kill. He survived with 1 HP or something like that, very close to 1 HP, which I was not happy about. I just go into Sylveon because I kind of figured he would go for the close combat again. He ends up just going for the Earthquake, which I take pretty nicely thanks to my physical physical bulk investment. Now, I do have one more turn of sleep. If you guys don't know that how Rest works by now, basically, I'm guaranteed 2 turns of sleep. I burned 1 turn of sleep earlier, but I still have 1 more. I have to hope that I can get something useful. And I end up getting a Calm Mind, which is actually not terrible, because that does increase my special bulk as well as being able to increase my special attack stats. Regardless, he is, however, going to be able to get a third earthquake off on me, which does hit me down to, I don't know, about 25%, but I am just going to go for the hyper voice here to take out the Heracross. Now, he goes out into Starmie, which, after a Calm Mind, I'm 99% sure I can take a hit from this thing. No problem. He doesn't have the rain to boost his damage, so I'm like, okay, even if he goes for the Stab Psychic, I should be able to live and just go for the rest. But he crits. And that really, really hurt. I'm, like I said, 99% sure I would have lived it and been able to get off another rest, but that was a very inopportune crit there, losing Sylveon, which I really could have used to wall most of his remaining team, and that's just not very good at all. I go back into my Scarf Terrakion as I just go for the X-Scizor against the Starmie. It ends up working out for me because he just goes out in a Latias, which is going to also get 2 AKO'd by X-Scizor, so yeah, that's at least I get rid of that. But I'm still kind of salty about that Psychic crit. That is the one time I really couldn't afford to get crit, but it happened, and there's been a lot of crits actually in this match. Of course, I get a crit off a Hyper Voice against a 1 HP Heracross, but whatever. Salt done. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go into Steelix against this Dragonite as he just goes for a Roost. I'm kind of just death-foddering it, basically, but he ends up just letting me get off the Dragon Tail. I just go for the Dragon Tail because I don't want to get this thing a chance to set up. But yeah, he just chooses the HP, which is a good move, I guess. Anyway, he gets, obviously, Dragon-tailed out into Starmie, which is his, one of his 2 remaining Pokemon, and I'm just going to fodder Steelix here to get a safe switch into Terrakion. Sorry, I go into Salamence for some stupid reason. Ice Fright. I go into Salamence thinking, okay, I've seen the Psychic. Depending on his moveset, some of these Starmies only carry 2 attacks. I haven't seen the Ice Beam yet, hoping he didn't have it, and he did, so that was just bad. Regardless, I do go into Terrakion now, and I missed the Stone Edge. And I was going for the Stone Edge just in case he went to Dragon. I was pretty sure that Stone Edge was going to be able to kill the Starmie anyway, being that after I saw that 3rd attack, I know this thing is probably going to be a, not a very bulky Starmie, it's going to be a, frail, special sweeper Starmie, and yeah, there's no words, just sad. Even if I didn't kill the Stone Edge at it hit, I would be able to kill the Starmie this turn with Politoed and finish off the Dragonite with my Ice Beam, but now I'm going to have to take 2 Psychics before I'm able to finish this off, and, at this point, the Dragonite obviously will be able to kill me. I'm not really sure if he had anything other than Extreme Seed on his Dragonite that would have been able to do it, but, yeah, that Stone Edge miss, and then that Psychic crit and that Stone Edge miss. You know, it happens, though. Hacks is part of the game. Still kind of salty, but whatever. Looking back on it, I definitely made a lot of not a lot, but I've made a few misplays that could have also, saved me the match, but, overall, I can't blame hacks because it's just not going to improve me as a player, it's just like, yeah, I did get hacked against, and I probably should have won that, but at the same time, I really need to look at this match and say, well, if I wouldn't have lost Roserade so early, or if I didn't go into Salamence being arrogant and thinking that maybe it didn't have Ice Beam, maybe I could have pulled it out with Salamence, so yeah, you can't look at it that way, and overall, my play also caused the defeat. Regardless, I don't want to dwell too much on that. Today's question of the day I've been thinking about just because of that Stone Edge miss. Do you prefer moves with higher accuracy like Rock Slide or go for the power? Normally I like to go for the accuracy, but obviously I was using some low accuracy moves like Hydro Pump and Stone Edge in this match just because those Pokemon really do need that extra power to be able to 2-hit/1-hit KO certain threats. But in general, I do like to go for the safer moves like Surf as opposed to Hydro Pump and Rock Slide as opposed to Stone Edge. So leave a comment about that, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.